Yes, drum nerdesses. Welcome back. Like, subscribe. You can probably see the background is slightly changing. It's getting less, if you see my point. There's things being moved around. On the other side of this camera, there are boxes and boxes and boxes. So there you go, as per the last video. Lots of change coming. I need to get a bunch of videos set up so that there's not a total massive time of absence. So I will be working on that. Please do bear with me, and I appreciate all of the support so far in bearing with me up until this point. So, like, subscribe, the warning, hell you call a dream. Let's get into that. Also, nobody's gotten back to me about that ticket, right? So I think what's going to happen, because I did pay a little bit more for it to come as a physical ticket, I might just get that delivered to me and then, have it framed as the concert that I never got to go to. Oh well, these things happen. I want sound. Sounds very 80s. So that snare is recorded very well. It's very mellow, so there's not a lot of reverb on it. It's quite dampened in a sense. It's very warm sounding, so there's not a lot of overtones. There's not a lot of ring or reverb. You don't hear the room on that snare is what I'm trying to get at. It sounds as if you were to put a tea cloth over the top. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's a very nice, mellow snare sound. See that? See? It's predictable in the way of, this is a complimentary statement of predictability, that bass drum has, I think it's got a 4-bar pattern. So it's do, ga, do, ga, do, ga, do, ga. It'll do that one more time, and then it goes do, ga, do, ga, do. So it's really nice in its, how am I going to describe that without making zero sense? Basically, it's a nice foot pattern that loops around every 4 bars, and it kind of gives you something new and interesting right at the very end of that 4 bars. So it kind of keeps you pulled along. All the people that get annoyed when I break things down like this, go watch the people that go, ooh, ah, wow. Things to say, isn't it normal to love what we hate? Treating me out just the same. I'm in too deep. Give me something to believe. There's a bit of a pre-chorus there, very nice. So then that changed entirely. You can hear on those hats, very hard to hear, I'll let it roll now, but you can hear there's a little bit of an upbeat. So if you looked at quarter notes, 1, 2, 3. No, that would be eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your eighths because there's 8 there. That would basically be on the and what she's doing is opening the hat, so you get that little bit of a. So it's just interesting because it's changed where the beat feels that it is. It's not changed anything magnanimously huge. It's just moved it from the downbeat to the upbeat on the hats there. And it gives that little bit of a lift as well because those hats are opening. So it just kind of pushes things forward a bit. It gives a perception of momentum, I guess you could say. We'll pull it back and try and hear it. Phenomenal internet, eh? Thank you, BT, for being fucking shit. So it's hard to tell if we're on eighths or if we're on quarters on those hats when they're closed because it's very low in the mix, but I'm thinking it's quarters. Can't break me to life, then what will suffering Might not be any right here. Those are 8s. Quite loose hats. And that's, so you have those 8s with kind of sloshy hats, and that's when you then take the upbeat and kind of bring it back down to a quarter note feel, even though you're still, I guess you're still using 8 notes. You're just, well, no, you're in a quarter note feel because you're hitting only 4 of those 8, but you're on the upbeat. Meh. Yeah, so you are in a quarter note there. You're just playing the upbeat of those. Bit of a middle 8 with those toms here. The middle 8 section. No. Ooh. Also, we got some lo-fi, so we're kind of like a Biffy Clyro effect here, where you've got lo-fi drum sound. So that would be, if I'm not mistaken, that would be done through actually acoustically played drums, but then it's given that lo-fi effect, so it's really stripped back, almost down a hallway, almost not quite drums, but drums. If you see my point, the sound that they're building there, that kind of sonic profile. Let's have a look. Colliding every time, the chaos drives me wild like an animal. Just wanna breathe. That sounded like 16th song. Maybe I wanna be. And it's how you call a dream. How you call a dream. Colliding every time. Oh, we subdivided there. We went into some 16th. Yeah. Ah, excellent ending. Just the ba-ka-da-ba. Four notes, just ba-ba-ba-ba on that snare. Quality. That's exciting. That is a nice song, and you can tell what they've done there is they've clearly released this single on the precipice of their UK tour. Whether it's already started or not, I'm not entirely sure. I know it's coming in April, so probably not. No, this is a build-up. This is getting everybody, oh, they've dropped a single. That's going to definitely be a feature in their tour. That was phenomenal. Love the drum sound as well, like the actual, sorry, I don't like to use unnecessary similes. Specifically the drum sound when it comes to the bass and the snare. Personally, this just comes down to my preference. The hats could be a little bit higher in the mix. That's just me. You let me know what you would prefer to be higher or lower in the mix. If you have a preference, if you think, oh, all that's great, but I would rather it be a little bit pulled back or a little bit pulled forward in terms of presence in the mix. I like a bit of hats to be present, to be there, whereas this is a bit more kind of felt, not so much heard. Almost like when you play the bass drum for jazz, it's kind of to be felt, not to be heard so much. But the specific of those drums in terms of the toms, but the bass and the snare sound phenomenal. Listen to that through the tuning, but also then through the recording and what the producer has done to it. And it's how you call a dream. It's really fat. It's not so, you don't have a lot of attack on that bass drum, but you have here. Well, actually, to be fair, let me restate that. You do have attack on that. It's not clicky attack. You have a lot of punch there. So it'd be interesting. I'm trying to see what that drum would look like when it's being recorded. If there's was in E-Mad, like a pad or a pillow. Yeah, it's a very punchy but low, not so much clicky, like not. You can tell the difference, but you can hear the warmth and everything on that bass drum is very, very kind of encapsulated in a soft shell that you could imagine, right? And that snare drum sounds phenomenal. So let me know how you feel about that, what you thought about this. This is, to me, a single. I would imagine they're doing it as that, kind of getting it ready for the tour. That was incredible. I loved it. Phenomenal song. I've waffled on enough in terms of drum nerdiness. Let me know how you feel about Soda Water. I'll start a new channel, Soda Water Nerd. Let me know if you're a still or a sparkling. I put my camp firmly in the sparkling world. Right, nothing more for me to add. I need to get away and start packing up more stuff. I hope you're well and doing something nice for somebody that you don't know in the world. Stay safe, and as always, keep your stick on the ice.